Look what I found today at the grocery store. It's a beautiful iris plant. I intend to have a full, beautiful iris flower bed come spring, and I'm going to nurse this until it's the right time to plant it. So I'm very excited. Well, it inspired me to do this whole video today on my favorite blue, purple, floral, and other powdery fragrances. So it's one of my favorite categories, powdery scents, and powderiness comes from this type of blue, purple florals like iris, violet, lilac, that sort of powdery floral notes. And then of course iris root, orris root, and all that. So if you want to hear all about the soft, powdery, beautiful, feminine, blue, purple, floral, and powdery perfumes that I love in my collection, just continue to watch. I adore powdery fragrances. I love, in particular, powdery floral notes like iris pallida in particular is gorge. And then there's violet, there is lilac, all these beautiful blue and purple florals. They always bring fragrances, powdery, cosmetic, lipstick kind of vibe. So iris pallida note in particular, iris in general, give fragrances this what we describe as lipstick kind of vibe. Like it make the fragrances smell like an item of like cosmetics, like either a kind of slightly sweet like vintage face powder or lipstick, you know, that cosmetic vibe that immediately give you this image of a I don't know, a performer, beautiful performer of some sort, whether it's an actress from a play or a burlesque dancer or someone in front of this like vanity with all these lights, putting on that red lipstick, wearing this red sexy outfit, right? That's kind of what I get in my head whenever I smell an iris dominant or any other powdery note dominant fragrance. There's this very like sexy, sort of at the same time sophisticated vibe to fragrances with blue, purple, floral notes. There's a level of sexiness and sophistication, and it's quite a nice balance. So iris in particular is described as like a powdery, soft, even slightly sweet kind of scent, and it can be lightly woody, it can be slightly earthy, sometimes it's even a little slightly like spicy, and some people think it's a little bit slightly vegetal. And actually a natural iris note is actually more earthy, woody, and powdery, but it also has this slightly vegetal vibe. It almost kind of smells like boiled carrots a little bit, you know, the natural iris. Whereas a lot of the times what we get in fragrances that I'm about to talk about, it's a more of a fantasy or synthetic iris note, and that tends to be a little bit more powdery floral. Okay, so I will show you one perfume I have here that actually has a natural iris note that has that more like the slight carrot vibe in it with the powdery, beautiful powdery vibe. There's a perfect example here for that. And then there are the ones that has the more fantasy synthetic version that gives that sort of lipstick vibe, a little bit more of that powdery floral vibe. Okay, so let's jump right in. I'm actually going to start with a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance that I am so tickled pink to have, you know, in my collection. This, you guys, I've been on a quest to get my hands on as many Guerlain L'Heure de Nuit collection fragrances. Oh my gosh, the old bee bottle versions of it. You guys know the whole story about my quest to find the Gourmand Coquet and how I found it, and then I got the Fève Gourmand, which is the replacement of it, and then I compared them, and ever since I've been on the hunt for the rest of Guerlain bee bottle collection from that same line. So I got my hands on this beautiful powdery one. Oh my god, wait till you see the bottle. Wait till you see this. Oh my gosh. You guys, is that not the most gorgeous juice color ever? This is obviously a powdery scent with that sort of iris type of notes in it. Of course, I'll get into it here in a second. Oh my gosh, you guys, isn't that gorgeous? I got this from Place Vendome. I sound like an advertisement for Place Vendome. I really don't have any affiliation with them. They're just the only place that I can get a hold of this old bee bottle collection fragrances these days. So yeah, I got 2 more, and I'm gonna go for more, you guys. I mean, they're pretty expensive, so I gotta pace myself a little bit. So this is L'Heure de Nuit by Guerlain. You guys, this one is the most divine powdery, gorgeous iris fragrance ever. I just died just for this bottle and the juice color. But oh my gosh, this smells beautiful. But then, listen to me very well. You gotta be a fan of that gorgeous, delicate, sophisticated kind of powdery feminine fragrances. This has iris, this has heliotrope. I'm willing to bet this also has violet, you guys. Oh, it's got such beautiful powdery notes. There's a hint of orange blossom and some white musk, which really adds that edge to it. Some white florals like jasmine, sensual sandalwood. It's such a beautifully, delicately beautiful iris powdery fragrance. It just makes me feel like this line of bee bottle collection from the L'Heure de Nuit collection really transports me to like the French nobility, Louis XIV's court type of thing that it does to me. I think it literally means nighttime in French, you guys. So this actually is a very like soothing, calming. It lulls me into this sort of like place of comfort, feeling kind of like airy, ethereal, like, you know what I mean? It like I don't know how to say it, like this celestial being that's slumbering, you know, like that kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. Oh my god. Oldie but a goodie. This one is absolutely stunning. This is Guerlain Insolence, you guys. As you guys know, this is the beautiful violet fragrance. There's no other fragrance that did violet justice, in my opinion. It's not for everybody. There again, if you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you like a violet iris powdery fragrances. Now this one is another extremely violet iris type of fragrance. I imagine if fairies exist, you know, they smell like this. This smells like fairies dancing in a beautiful forest, you guys. Honestly, it smells like violet candy too. There's this violet candy that I cannot remember the name of. I'll put a picture of it here, but it smells like fairies dancing around in the woods eating violet candy. It's the best way to describe it. It's, oh my gosh, absolutely violet-y, okay? Like, I'm gonna assume this has more of a fantasy violet note or a fantasy iris. I think this has both iris and violet. and maybe Iris root, Orris root too, because it's super powdery. I mean, has never been a fragrance that's made to be more powdery smelling than this one. This is like the epitome of powdery. This is like the violets, like both of these, the first one and this, these are like the violet iris angels. Okay, so really, I mean, this is I love the fact that I got my hands on this bottle. I don't know why Guerlain is changing the bottles, you guys. I love these. They're a lot more elegant. You know what? This is the Eau de Parfum, by the way. I really want to get my hands on the Eau de Toilette, although it's very hard to find now in the B bottle. Oh, one other Guerlain fragrance that is Iris Heaven, the lipstick heaven, that perfect Iris Paleta note. It's named the same. It is actually Guerlain's new La Matière collections extrait line, you guys. There are 6 of them. I did a full review of all 6 of them. Check that video out if you missed it. So one of them is Iris Paleta right here, and I ordered it. It's on the way, but I have the sample with me still. I wanted to include it in this video because it's on the way to me. I surprised myself, you guys. In that video I reviewed all 6, and I said I was gonna get the jasmine one, Jasmin Grandiflora, and then there's Iris Paleta, and then there was the Rose Centifolia, and the Vanille Planifolia. I think those are the ones that I said I would get, and I said I would get the vanilla one and the jasmine one first, but I surprised myself. I found the Iris one to be so different, you know, like I have tons of jasmine fragrances and vanilla fragrances, so I'm gonna get the other 2 after this one. So I ended up ordering the Iris Paleta first. So yes, I still have the sample here. So I'm actually gonna spray this since it's a little sample bottle. I mean, sample, you know, essentially. So let me, oh my gosh, you guys, this has that Iris Paleta note, which in my opinion, not just my opinion, it's a fact actually, it gives that lipstick vibe the most, even more than the regular Iris. Like Iris Paleta note really gives fragrances that lipstick, like cosmetic vibe. It just really super feminine and just like red lipstick on a burlesque dancer, you guys. That's really what I think of. Of course, this is an extrait fragrance, so it's very strong and very lasting. I love that Iris note, and it has a little slight hint of almond underneath, which always complements so well, like powdery notes, almond, really, and then a good musk blast of musk in here too. This has a gorgeous, almost kind of a leather nuance to it, like that adds that luxurious vibe, like a suede note, I think it is. It adds that leather accord. Sensual sandalwood. Anyway, beautiful. Again, top 3 right now. Those 3 are my top 3 Iris, fully Iris violet type, like very powdery Iris fragrances. Those are like my top 3 right now. Okay, and they're all Guerlain. Guerlain does powdery fragrances so well, you guys. Let me talk about, do you want me to talk about the lipstick kind of vibing ones first, and then I'll talk about the natural Iris note in one of the fragrances? Okay, yeah, I'll talk about the lipstick like ones first. Okay, so I have 2 of them here that I absolutely adore. One of them is, of course, Juliette Has a Gun Lipstick Fever. This one, you guys, is that lipstick vibe, okay? Which is why it's called Lipstick Fever, because it smells like lipstick. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray it here because I can't really smell it from the atomizer for some reason. Oh, this one is like, it has that really like the cosmetic lipstick vibe, but on top of it, it's a little gourmand, a little sweet. It has a little bit of fruity vibe. I think it has like raspberry in it. I wish it didn't have as much of a fruity accord. I wish it was a little more toned down so that the lipstick vibe will be more, and it'll be more feminine and sexy that way. So that fruitiness kind of toned or took away from that sexy lipstick vibe, in my opinion. This has loads and loads of vanilla, I feel like, and that patchouli, you guys, really adds a punch to this fragrance. So some of you out there who don't like patchouli would not like the fact that this has such a strong patchouli note. Honestly, I do wish in this case that the patchouli was a little toned down, because I've got no problems with patchouli, by the way. I think patchouli is a great earthy note that really accentuate sweet notes, gourmand notes, and all kinds of other notes really well. I do like patchouli, but in this particular case, I wish the patchouli and the fruity notes were a little more toned down so that the iris could shine more, that the lipstick part of this vibe, which is the iris part of it, the powdery part of it, could shine a little bit more. I still love it. I think it's gorgeous. This one, on the other hand, is definitely that iris pallida. This one does not, I don't think it's iris pallida in here, it's just iris, and this one has that iris pallida note. Iris pallida is even more so lipsticky, you know, than regular iris note. So My Way Parfum, you guys, this is the latest My Way flanker. This one is very lipsticky, very, very lipsticky. This has that sure, like, sort of cosmetic lipstick vibe. Again, it makes you think of like a performer, you know, and oh, this is so feminine. I adore this fragrance, by the way. I love, like, really love this one. This one really gives me that iris lipstick, feminine, gorgeous, sexy vibe that I'm looking for in an iris kind of powdery fragrance. And this, of course, has other like beautiful white floral notes like tuberose, I think even orange blossom, some citrus notes. So it's not just like that iris note that shines, but the iris note is very much there, very prominent, and it really, really adds this sexy twist to this one. And then I have this one, which I think is also really, really beautiful, very feminine, very sophisticated, slightly sexy. This is Tiffany Entente, you guys, from the Tiffany's. This has got a very polished, very like clean, classy, upscale vibe to it. That powdery iris note really, really shines. This one is really nice to wear in the winter, especially. I love a good, by the way, I love iris powdery notes, fragrances with those notes in the winter a lot, because it really complements that crisp, cool air, you know, in the winter. This one has a little bit of rose and jasmine, I think, and some vanilla, musk, the usual suspects, and cashmere. I would bet it has cashmere because it gives that sort of like cozy sweater vibe, you know, like to fragrances like this. I love this one so much. This is like very sophisticated in my opinion. Let me talk about this fabulous fragrance. I mean, look at it. It's gorgeous. This is from, of course, Christian Louboutin's Louis World collection. This is Louis Rouge. This is like the center of the whole collection that he released. This one, you guys, is that beautiful, beautiful iris fragrance. I can now see why burlesques inspired. The inspiration for this was burlesques in France, in Paris, and I know now why. I think because it's that lipstick vibe, right, of the iris that like makes you think of that kind of like, you know, that kind of sexy, sophisticated kind of at the same time type of performer, you know. This one is a little bit spicy with that cardamom in the opening, but it has that big iris note in the middle and some vanilla in the base. You guys, this is one of those sort of spicy leaning, beautiful iris fragrances. This is so sassy. This is so sexy, very sophisticated at the same time. Now let me talk about the natural iris fragrance that I was talking about. This one actually is so unique because this has that natural iris root scent, not the fantasy or the synthetic ones like that, like the ones that I've been showing you. I believe all of these other ones have more of the the fantasy note with that floral, powdery floral vibe than the vegetal, slightly vegetal but powdery, of course, with the slight boiled carrot kind of vibe, you know. I know it may sound weird to you guys, but I tell you that really adds something to a unique flair to fragrances. It is still very powdery, but it's a little bit of, it's iris root, it's natural iris root, so there's a bit of that rootiness kind of in it, but it's like a earthiness, you know, and it's, you know, nonetheless very powdery, you know. So this is Sonic Flower by Room 1015. I think it's very, very unique because it has that sort of that natural rooty kind of iris. I can smell it really, really, really well, but I really want to spray this one on my skin, because when it contacts my skin, you guys, it can change, you know. Oh goodness, this, you know, actually, you guys, this may have a mix of, it took me a little while to remember because it's been a few days since I last wore this. I wore this a ton when I first got it, and now I need to bring it back out because I do want to wear this during winter. It wasn't the right season. The fall was not the summer and fall, like late summer. Late summer, no good for this. Fall, I don't love so much to wear such crisp, nice, beautiful, powdery, you know, fragrances. Now winter weather and spring weather, ooh, perfect for this type of fragrance. Okay, so as I was trying to say, I started my thought, but I didn't finish it. So this may have two actually. This may have the natural iris root, and then may have also the fantasy iris, because I can smell that gorgeous lipstick vibe like right away, you know, in the opening. But then I also smell that slightly earthy kind of carrot root kind of vibe a little bit in here too. But my gosh, oh, this is such a pretty fragrance. I love it. And you know, a lot of people actually love it. Like they, you know, watched my review and went ahead and bought this and loved it. But there are a few that don't like this type of powdery fragrances, you guys. I mean, I'm telling you, powdery thing may not be your thing. And if you're watching this video, you know, you're not really a powdery floral fragrance fan. You're not a powdery fragrance fan, but you're watching it anyway. Just keep in mind that, you know, it may not be your jam. Like this, if you're not somebody who gravitates towards like a feminine, sexy lipstick vibe kind of fragrance, then this is not for you. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit here and tell you like all of you guys, this one also has like some other gorgeous like jasmine like flowers. There's iris root in it. I mean, no, so orris root in it, and pink pepper, musk. It's like a little ambroxan, I think. Very beautiful fragrance, highly recommended. I don't have any discount codes for any of the ones that I talked about so far, but I do for this one, Room 1015. I have a discount code with Room 1015. It's like AFF something. I can never remember, you guys. Check down in the description box. I will list all the fragrances I'm talking about in this video and the discount codes, list and link them. Okay, this one is a beauty too, you guys. I love this one, Jo Malone's Scarlet Poppy. First of all, I love this bottle. Okay, I love it because it's red. Red is my favorite color. It's gorgeous. I normally don't love Jo Malone fragrances. I think it's like a bad deal for the amount of money you spend, because their fragrances are colognes, which means the lowest oil concentration. However, the ones in this red bottle and the black bottle, those are a little bit stronger. So this actually does last. I love this one. I'm gonna spray this one. So this actually has that sort of fantasy poppy note, you know, the poppy flower. Oh my lord, this one smells so darn feminine. Again, that lipstick vibe a little bit in here from the powdery notes in here. Very, very feminine. Again, you think of a well-dressed woman wearing red lipstick, you know, like very sexy, and it's like a beautiful balance of sexy and sophistication, which is my favorite. This also actually has this little bit of fruity vibe from a fig note, And in this case, the fig note is not a super kind of green smelling fig note, and there's no fig leaf in here. Oh, thank goodness. I am not a fan of fig leaf in fragrances, unless it's very subtle. So there is a fig fruity note in here, which I think adds really well. Oh, to this, there's that Orris root in here that really complements the fantasy poppy note. It's really hard to describe what it smells like. It also has a little bit of like a, I think like heliotrope too. And there's a little vanilla sweetness type of vanilla vibe from the tonka bean in the base. You know, that very dark vanilla vibe that tonka bean gives. Oh, I love this one so much. I need to wear this. So these are all that I'm pulling out right now to wear, you guys, which is what also kind of prompted this video, because in the winter time, like right now, these type of powdery fragrances are like stellar. And going into all the way to spring now that it's like middle of winter, going into spring here very soon, best time to wear this type of fragrances. Another really good powdery fragrance and musky one is this one. This is Gaultier You, and this one people love because it has this sort of sexy, how do I put it, here a little bit. This one is one that you do have to spray on the skin because you want to get that skin contact on this one. This one has like sort of like naturally smells sexy kind of vibe, you know, like almost like a sexy skin vibe to it. Now this one is a beautifully iris violet fragrance. There's a violet note in here mixed with that big blast of musk pink pepper, which is a kind of bubbly spicy note, you know. How do I put it, like very soft spice. So yeah, this one, you guys, is a beautiful, beautiful clean girl vibe, by the way. So if you like something that's not too obvious, something that's not too in your face, you want to smell like you just naturally smell clean, just out of the shower, just naturally smell like beautiful and kind of feminine, that's the one for you. Gaultier You, because it's very clean smelling. One of the latest ones I added to my collection right here. This is like the epitome of classy sophistication, the classic beauty. This is Chanel 1932. This is a gorgeously powdery feminine fragrance, in my opinion. Oh my gosh, this is very, very sophisticated, like super sophisticated. It's very clean, fresh at the same time. It's a very clean, fresh iris powdery fragrance. It's not your lipstick smelling iris powdery. It's rather very like clean, soft, feminine fragrance, very sophisticated Chanel DNA type fragrance. Of course, this has aldehydes too, so which adds to that sort of fresh. I think that's why. So the reason why this is not like the lipsticky kind of vibe, though it's iris powdery fragrance, because it's aldehyde. It's an aldehyde fragrance. So it's a aldehyde clean, fresh, powdery fragrance rather. So if you're into that sort of sophisticated, you know, clean, fresh, classical beauty kind of vibes, that's the one. 1932 by Chanel. I use it sparingly, just dab, 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 and done, because it's a parfum, very concentrated. I am going to sort of put this as almost like an honorable mention because you can't find this anymore, you guys. This is by Jean-Paul Gaultier. This is the most delicate, feminine smelling fragrance. This is Fleur Terrible, you guys. This one was released 2 summers ago, I want to say. I can't remember. This is a good one, actually one of the rare ones that I would recommend starting in spring. Not so much winter, but starting in spring into summer. This one, you guys, is this gorgeous. Oh boy, just pulled off this thing. I have to pull the, you know, it's a different mechanism for this one. You know what? I'm gonna just spray it on my clothes. This one. This one has. This is the most delicately, gorgeously beautiful, beautiful, delicate, 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 delicate. Did I say delicate already? Did I say delicate enough? It's delicate. It's a very demure, delicate beauty kind of fragrance. It's like for that angelic woman, you know, like it has this water lily note with that gorgeous iris note, you guys. It's beautifully powdery, very feminine, very soft. Oh, very sophisticated. There's quite a bit of vanilla too, so it's almost kind of slightly like vanilla sweet as well. That water lily is so pretty in here with that iris, you guys. Beautifully powdery fragrance. And of course I have another gorgeous, gorgeous, very beautiful powdery, slightly sweet beauty here. This is like one that, let me first tell you what it is. This is Ex Nihilo Sweet Morphine, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is that gorgeous. I'm gonna spray it on this sleeve here quickly. This one is, you guys, that sweet side of the iris, like type of powdery blue purple florals. This has the more of that, like it pulls more sweet, this one, because it has like lilac as well. So it has that sort of the lilac. It's more like a honeyed jasmine vibe that underneath that lilac has, you know. So mixed with lilac, this one is a little bit more, it pulls a little bit more sweet almost. And this has like, you know, along with iris, which is what gives it that gorgeous powderiness, which actually lilac is powdery too. Has heliotrope, which tends to also be powdery. And has a little bit of almond nuance. And then on top of it, it has that lots of vanilla in here, which adds to the sweetness. Iris root, which adds to the iris powderiness, the floralness of it. One thing I do wish that this had less of is the patchouli, because there again, the patchouli, although I love patchouli, like I said, it's taking away from the powderiness of this fragrance. I wish the powdery was a little bit more elevated, okay, then, because the patchouli, the moment if they patchouli was important because it enhances that powderiness, like adding that to that earthiness. But I wish the patchouli was toned down a little bit more, and the powdery iris and the orris root, those powdery notes were dialed up a little bit more, and the heliotrope and the lilac, you know what I mean? So that's what I wish. The patchouli is taking it a little bit, taking over, not taking over, that's the wrong word. I don't want to smell the patchouli as much in here, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's still very beautiful, very sweet, beautiful, powdery fragrance. And here is a beautiful violety fragrance. This one is very beautifully, delicately powdery and elegant. This has iris too and violet. It's more violet than iris, I would say. This one is of course Penhaligon's, the favorite. I mean, just look at how classy this, even the presentation. Oh my goodness, you guys, I love this fragrance. Let me spray this. I can smell it well, but I'm still gonna spray it. Now, where is the question? I'm gonna spray it up here. Oh, this is very beautiful. This one has violet, iris, very delicately sophisticated fragrance, powdery fragrance, and it also has mimosa, which tends to be very kind of sweet and powdery, you know, adds to that sort of iris violet gorgeousness that this is. Has a bit of jasmine, you can smell the jasmine too, and a load of musk and sandalwood and stuff. So this one to me is more of a spring summer fragrance, even though this is a powdery one, which usually complement like crisp cool air, cold or cool air, like winter and spring. This one will go into summer and still be very nice. It's more like the wear it to a tea party and a garden party kind of fragrance, you know, in the spring or summer type of fragrance. Okay, you guys, those are the gorgeous powdery feminine fragrances that I have in my collection that I absolutely adore. What are your favorite powdery feminine, you know, fragrances? Like, I love, you know, those lipsticky vibes, you know, that these fragrances have, because it strikes that perfect delicate balance between sexy and sophistication, you know, being sexy and being sophisticated. It's like my favorite you know, type of thing to do. That's how I want to be presented, sexy but sophisticated. Do you know what I mean? So I'm really, as I'm maturing and my taste is maturing, I'm gravitating more and more towards this type of gorgeous powdery floral fragrances, which really give you that sort of feminine, fresh, you know, delicate balance between sexy and sophisticated. Okay, so let me know your favorite powdery fragrances down in the comment section. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss any of my videos. And of course, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I will see you guys in my next video.